All right, subscribers, welcome back to the channel. Gonna give you an update Saturday going into Sunday here. Oh yeah, I've done some work here I'm kind of proud of. So I originally made this part of the cart and then realized later on that, hey, where's the gas bottle going to go? And I don't remember what kind of wheels I had, maybe lawnmower, mower deck or push mower wheels. But then I ended up having a pair of wheelbarrow tires. Actually, they would have been off the big white wagon. Then later on, I bought a set of acetylene torches. I had them fall over, knocked the top of I knocked the stem right here. Knocked that right off. Luckily, the tank was fairly low. It didn't go flying anywhere, so we're all still here to tell the story. I just had my grinder. I want to show you. So basically, I grabbed a couple of horseshoes and finished the floor on here, and then bent a strip of steel all the way around. Got a chain holding it in. The bottom isn't fastened. Sits on a couple of horseshoes. The bottom of this one sits up high on the axle, which is part of a Cub Cadet frame. And this is this square tube 2x2 welded to the back of this back bar, which is a flail brush hog blade. That's what it is. I bent this strip. So everything's nice and secure, and my cutting and welding implements all ride together. The only omission is that if we ever do want to go away from flux core to gas welding, then we'll have to figure out another place for that tank. Well, this is pretty cool. This means that none of my children have to die from a falling over oxygen tank, which, if you don't know, that right there is 28,000 pounds of pressure, or kPa, 4,000 psi. So you get to die. So in my welding handbook, what happened is one of them fell over and it went through 2 or 3 parked cars and a brick wall before it stopped. So yeah, it's definitely a way to die quickly. So the other thing we got going on, I'm cutting some metal pieces, cutting some sheet. I did do some work on the grate. It's showing overheated. I haven't cut anything yet. Oh no, it says plugged in. So I just came back from Himrod Supply, bought grease fittings. The other night I was at the shop that the neighbor has, the hydraulic shop. I got two rear axle bearings for the Honda, and then he didn't have the seals, so today I got they're 1 millimeter smaller, no, 1 millimeter bigger center hole than what they're supposed to be, but we'll have to check that and see how we go, see if it fits or not. Probably would have been better to go one size smaller. I have the sprockets and chain came in for this, so I think you guys heard that. I got that update in the last video. The other thing that happened in the last video, I think, was we got this big giant Toyota banner. So the brake cables, chain, and sprocket. Yeah, there's a Toyota banner. Pretty cool. I have a Honda one coming too, so we'll be Honda and Toyota fam up here. Just wanted a little bit of something to make it not look like a grow house as much. So, see if we can get the charger kicked on. Yep, now it's charging again. Little Honda fell right off the stand. I had to bring the truck in here to chop firewood because we were getting low. All right, let's go outside. Today I also got 5 gallons of gear oil And back there's another 5 gallons of ATF. So we need to do the Tacoma rear axle change again. It probably will survive a lot longer if we don't have tons of metal circulating. So that's parked where it's been. I drove on the muck the other night and got stuck in one of the lakes down there. So the gray stuff is, the whole garden's gray, except a couple patches here where I just swept up the wood chips and threw them out here. I'm trying to save all the natural bark mulch from the trees I cut, which were basically, well, not virgin forests, but you know, they haven't been soaked in chemicals either. So the lime is high calcium lime, just to help break down the all the wood, or the what do you call it, organic matter. This lawn here is almost 100% moss. So I did some math, and according to Google and my math, neither of which are to be trusted, it came out to like 260 pounds of high calcium lime for this patch. So we limed all of this. Got a bunch of old tin cans and junk that are down there. I just gotta do a little bit of a round of picking up stuff and get that picked up. But the old mattress and junk that's not here anymore. So Mr. Woodchuck here done dug himself a hole, which works as a nice place to throw the bolts and the screws and nails at a couple of boards in here at bolts. So yeah, just threw a couple of them down the hole, see if he can deal with it. I guess if we had dehydrated lime, it probably wouldn't be too good for his skin, but so yeah, that'll be our garden patch. I got part of a bucket of yeah, I guess the lime is supposed to balance out the calcium, in the lime is supposed to balance out the acidity of the ashes. So in the same way that the pioneers used lime to make, or not lime, use potash to make soap. So same way, taking the acid back out with high calcium lime. So I don't know how to do. We might have to pick out the more acid loving plants and try and concentrate them over here. So was it Friday, Saturday, I talked with one of my neighbors, and he said lime, and he also suggested you could buy a roll cover or a garden cover, kind of like roll cover but in big sheets like driveway fabric. So maybe it's more closely related to driveway fabric. So yeah, I guess now that we're back here, we can take a walk and look at the trees that the Amish took down with their horse logging. Hopefully once I get my phone back and I can reconfigure, reuse some of that stuff. We got firewood up there on the barn bank because of the chunks we pulled out of the old burn pile we burnt. So I also got a belt for the Cub 129, so that's one more reason why it's in there. So the Cub 129, I put 200-pound ring on the back, as well as a couple 25-pound suitcase weights. So it had a good 250, 75 pounds of weight on the back, which at that point it pulled, I can tell you and assure you that. So here's the size of limbs they left us. We'll be able to cut up a lot of this, and then maybe once we're done, like this limb over here, we might be able to hook to that, or even a couple of these, and just drag them over here behind me, and can make a four-wheeler trail all the way down along the creek, like a secondary trail. So here they knocked over a cedar bush, Looks like I knocked over a lot of stuff. Half of the cedar bush got knocked over, or I don't know why. But here's another log. The stump is all wet. That's like a good 8 inches of fire log. So we'll be down here cutting up all this stuff. I think what we'll do is we'll cut it up. Back there's another whole tree. So we'll cut this stuff up and haul it away, stack it up, chop it. The firewood rack down to the road, I'm gonna bring that up here south of the barn and stack all the stuff in there. And if there's more, we'll just lengthen out the row. That'll be up there on the hill along the edge. That way I can take the tractor and push the snow down toward the field if I need to. Then we can still access everything. So should probably walk down and look at the pond. Pretty awesome. So while I had the diesel out, we push this whole pile of stuff together. Hopefully this is all wet and nasty. Get that cooking. I was going to spread that on the garden up here, try and give it some more organic matter, because it's a very dry spot. So if we could do anything to hold the moisture in, that'd be very good. So there's some boards like this with bolts over on the burn pile. I don't know if this looks like hay racks, except whoever turns their bolts inward needs their ass kicked. Excuse me. Yeah, man, if you ever try stacking hay bales, that's got to be the worst freaking just the worst to have to deal with that. It means every time you set bales down, it's going to snag the strings, and if your bales are good and heavy, it's going to want to pop the bales, and just having pop bales is a pain. Just the worst. You can't afford to take time when you're stacking hay full speed. Hey, woodchuck. There. I wouldn't mind burning this whole pile. Me and Reed kind of want to have like a, see, we could put a wood splitter up there and split. We could just kick it over the edge. Or even, build a little slide out of some roofing metal and just kick it down. This is an old Eardy Cat Panther. Yeah, Panther. Want to set my 9-horse Honda up front there and get some new brake shoes and whatnot, and use it like a snow dog machine. It's pretty rough shape, but like the undercarriage and bout are still pretty good. It's about the only good thing left on it. So guys, that's about it. It's about it. See a snowmobile start talking Canadian. We're not that far from Canada up here. A couple hour drive. 4-hour drive, maybe 4.5. Get on the highway and head her. Being Canadian or no time, you have to put up with Canadian nonsenses. So here's my slop pile. Got a bunch of chopped straw. So what? We got that fixed blade mill where we went out in the field and collected all the leftover straw. Not all of it, but I thought there was a good bit left when we went out and shredded it. Doesn't look like much now, but the big pile of bark and whatnot shredded. So we'll probably spread that in the garden. I think we should. I was gonna push this together, maybe back blade and then pile it, but I didn't get it done. But if we get the old diesel up and running right, we'll be good good to go, and we can get that working and get that project knocked out. The old Honda's still sitting as we left her. We could tighten the brake up a little bit now that it's been a minute. Had a chance to run around with it. It's funny how, like, this back rail is chrome, so is that one. They look off of each other, I guess. So Chris has got this pull starter for me if I get over there. So I talked with one of the boys. They said the thing kind of ran or something, probably needs a rebuild or whatever. Oh, I grabbed 2 packs of that gas tank repair stuff too, so we'd have something to repair the tanks with in the future. It's one thing there at Himrod Supply, they're always out of it, because I don't know if they forget to order it on time or what, but maybe it sells quick. I could show you my WW shredder. Here it is. Renegade 250.8. Got a 9-horse Briggs on it. And can't see anything. But it's got fixed hammer teeth. WW grinder. They're a good rugged grinder. There's just not a lot around. So last year in Himrod, I put this in the hay mow above the cows there and just let her eat. Let it spit it down into the cow barn and made piles that were, I don't know, 7-8 foot tall. Basically went till it hit piled up to underneath the chipper, and then I jumped down the hole and took the diesel and pushed it outside. And we did that 5 or 6 times and made big giant piles, and just to have a little something to haul onto the garden, and it barely didn't even cover it. It's amazing how much organic matter it takes to cover anything. So that's why we're trying to hoard the wood bark and trying to hoard anything we can to, you know, have something to haul out onto the gardens, because we don't have manure, so we need to get something. I can go get manure at the neighbors, so I'll probably do that too. I should be doing it. I should get like 5-6 loads of this truck piled out back there and push it around all summer and get it all hot. And all right. Sounds like we're leaking air. This sign has gone with me to wherever we've lived. It's always been there. Alrighty guys, I'm gonna let you go now. Thanks for watching. This is an update. I'll keep shooting out updates as things progress, and we're having a horrible time getting a hold of an armored phone, Galaxy armored phone. But I do have one coming now from backmarket.com. 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 They're a great place for you to get a phone, secondhand phone. They're not new phones, they're refurb phones. But they are excellent, and they come with a 1-year warranty, a lot of them, maybe even more, I'm not sure. But I'm very happy with the prices and the quality I've gotten from there, so I would recommend that site. If you need a cheap phone, that's a good place to go. Or if you have a phone that you like, but you're not quite financially ready to level up to a brand new one. Or even in these times, it seems like certain phones are very hard to find. Especially this X-Cover Pro phone from Galaxy. So that's the last update. That'll be as soon as they ship it here and I'm able to get my phone set back up. There's a little squirrel right over there. Oh boy. There he is. Ooh. The zoom though. Last year we had one come to us from just across the driveway, and the kids were playing with him, pulled half his tail off. So I don't know, we found a dead one behind the barn as though he got mowed or something. hit a cut in his side, so hopefully he died without a great deal of pain. All right, so that's the update. See you guys in the next one, and hopefully it'll be soon, and we might go riding tomorrow, so maybe I'll have a short clip of what the muck's like and so forth. So see you guys in the next one.